Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and my friends, we are still on the road to Season 3 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and with that said, as we get closer every day to Season 3, let's talk about some topics that have been hot topics throughout the history of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and for today, let's talk about second assists, so a secondary assist for each character in Dragon Ball FighterZ for Season 3. So the conversation around adding a second assist for everyone in Dragon Ball FighterZ is not a new conversation. In fact, going into Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, we had this exact same talk, right? But now that the game has definitely matured quite a bit, I think it's a very valid time to bring that conversation back up. Now, before we get into the pros and cons of the matter here, the one thing to note is any given second assist for any given character would have to come from an existing move. It is very unlikely that they would add any art budget to make whole new animations for this. So anyone who has a second assist, it'd have to come from something they already have, right? Because that art budget is being saved for DLC characters, and if you want your pretty Ultra Instinct Goku, then hey, we gotta recycle some animations here and there, right? So just keep that in mind for our little thought experiment. So with that in mind as well here, when I said talk about pros and cons, let's talk about the cons first here. Because I do see some people, they mention like, oh, this, that, and the other about second assist. So one of the big things that gets mentioned if everyone was to get a second assist would be, hey, a lot of characters, they get their second assist and then you just have one assist that's better than the other one. Like if we take Krillin, for example, right? And Krillin gets a Kamehameha beam assist as a second assist, and what happens to the Rock? Well, no one's ever going to pick the Rock, right? So he's an example of a character that if he gets a second assist, the other assists might as well not exist. And to that I say, hey, sure, fine. That's how it works in other games too. When presented with a choice, a multiple choice in any given fighting game, there will be times where one choice is simply better than the other one. Be it other games with assists like Marvel vs. Capcom. Heck, you can even take Mortal Kombat as an example here, right? The variation system, many characters have variations that one variation is just simply strictly better. Now, that isn't to say that will be the case, across the board, right? Some characters, they'll have an assist that is just absolutely better, and some characters will have assists that, hey, both are pretty valid, and depends on the team you want to build, that the either one of the two assists will work out. So, yes, that could be a downside that the second assist will invalidate another assist for another character. But even in that case, I would say Krillin, example, he had the beam assist, right? If he did have the beam assist, he's still better off in the end for having it, even if the old rock assist, no one ever picks it. Another thing I've heard as a potential negative is, oh, hey, you're just going to double up on certain archetypes, right? And to that I say, hey, fine, great. Let's pick someone who's as ubiquitous gets, right? Super Saiyan Goku, and he has the beam assist, right? Now, he's a good enough character too, obviously, right? But the beam assist is one of the main reasons he's on the team, right? And so that combined with the fact he's a good character, hey, that's why he makes most teams these days, right? Goku Black also has a beam assist. Just not as strong as the character, and maybe balance stuff could change that. If he was a stronger character, he'd certainly be picked more, because the beam assist is very valuable, right? But that's just two characters out of everybody, right? So when we have a potential wider pool of beam assists, right? Hey, what about Cooler? Cooler has a beam as a special move, right? And in many ways it functions the way it does for the Gokus. And if he had that as a secondary assist, then all of a sudden, hey, Cooler's usage in teams skyrockets, right? Because he is now another viable and worthwhile character to have that very valuable assist. So what happens, in my opinion, is you're doubling up on the assist type, sure, but you're also engendering much greater character variety. Because there are many people who would be very happy to pick Cooler over Super Saiyan Goku for their team. Maybe not everyone, right? Goku, in the end, he's still definitely a better character, in my opinion. But Cooler is a strong enough character, and, this is precluding any balance stuff, because who knows, maybe Season 3 is the season of Goku Black, and everyone picks Goku Black, I don't know, right? But Cooler's a strong enough character with a beam, and if you have him assist, the beam as his assist rather, then all of a sudden character variety spikes up here, because some people will be willing to drop Super Saiyan Goku out of their team to have Cooler on their team just so they can have that same precious assist, but at least you get to pick a different character. So we talked about some of the alleged cons here, my rebuttals to those, but let's talk about some of the pros. First up here, let's pick 3 characters, and I'm going to show you just how much an alternate assist can help them out so much in terms of team building and just general use. So the first character to talk about here is Goku Blue, because I don't think there's been a much more maligned assist since the history of this game since it came out, right? Like, yeah, everyone knows the Krillin rocks suck, right? But Goku Blue's assist has been traditionally very awkward to work around and work with, right? It does have its uses, absolutely, to be sure, right? But they're not as widely applicable as some other characters, right? And for Goku Blue, a second assist is literally as simple as give him the instant transmission kick, right? So he comes in, does his kick, pieces out, that's all he needs to be, and you can make this like a high hit stun assist, you know, similar to like Gogeta or something, right? He comes in, does his job, creates a large amount of hit stun, go combo, 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 easy peasy, right? Doesn't have to be a revolution, but all of a sudden you've taken one of the more awkward assists in the game and given something that's just very easy and applicable and works for everybody, right? You don't want to go crazy, you don't want to give him like the grab, right? Because I don't think this game's ready for grabs as assist. That'll lead to a little too much craziness, right? But just a simple instant transmission kick, high hit stun, easy to combo after, just like Gogeta. That's an easy example to work with. Another awkward character is Beerus himself, right? Beerus, his assists, you kind of have to have a team in mind, right? You're not just going to slap Beerus on any old team and have it work, to be sure, right? But what if instead of that assist, what he had instead was his dunks, right? And it's similar in the dive kick situation of Goku Blue, but instead you can have the dunk, you know, hey, do a little bit of a pop-up, right? Once again, easy to combo afterwards, a good solid assist, doesn't have to be a revolution or nothing, right? It doesn't have to be a big deal like someone getting a beam or something, but just a simple dunk here, you call them, they bounce up, and then you go combo, combo, combo afterwards, easy peasy once again. You take a character with a very awkward assist, which still has its uses to be sure, but you give them something a bit more universal and applicable. And then finally, for the third character for this little thought experiment here, how about someone who already has a very universal and applicable assist, right? Bardock, certainly, you ain't gonna argue against that assist. It's a good one, right? A lot of characters would kill Bardock's assist, right? But still, if everyone's gonna second one here, hey, what can we do for Bardock? And well, hey, he's a character that can have an uppercut style assist, right? There isn't many uppercut style assists, and for each character that has one, they're quite valuable to be sure, right? And then all of a sudden, you give Bardock a second equally valuable assist, right? Depending on the team you're building, hey, you might want the Lariat, but then again, you might also want the uppercut assist. It really depends on the team. So here's the character that has two perfectly viable assists in this thought experiment. I think he's a perfect example of just the value of a second assist, because some teams will want Lariat, and some people, well, hey, another invincible uppercut assist here? Well, semi-invincible, they're not invincible frame one, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Be very valuable so you're not just stuck picking the Gohans or Cooler. So this is another thing of widening the character pool where you might find a valuable assist that did not otherwise exist. Another thing with secondary assists is you can get a little creative with it, right? Like, yeah, we'd be reusing animations to be sure, but those animations can come from anywhere, right? So like, say, take Android 16. The secondary assist doesn't have to be a special move necessarily, right? You could just copy and paste the shoulder animation. And from that shoulder animation, you can give it a big old bounce off the wall, you know, tons of hits on, like, say, the base Goku assist. So you can get pretty inventive with it, right? You don't have to be a slave to, oh, it definitely has to be a special move. And once you can take into account, like, basically any normal or just any existing animation, you can make a lot of inventive stuff with it. But yeah, those are just some thoughts on everyone having a secondary assist. I think it would do wonders for the game in a lot of ways. If not the least of which is simply character variety, right? All of a sudden, like highly contested assist types like your beam assist, all of a sudden if Krillin or Cooler had beam assist, then hey, the pool widens up a bit, right? Now, to be fair, this predicates some balance changes as well, because even if Krillin had a beam assist, nobody's dropping Super Saiyan Goku for Krillin, right? But it's an idea, it's somewhere to start. And hey, some people might drop him for Cooler, right? Having the uppercuts assist open up here. We talked about Bardock here. Gogeta, another prime character for an uppercut assist. Having people who just struggle a bit. Like, you know, Janemba's a character. His assist is really cool on paper, but in the end, it's mostly good for combos. And it creates some pretty cool combos with it, right? But all in all, it is like basically a worse version of the Gotank's assist, right? And if you gave him something as simple as like a sword slash or something and controlled a lot of space, hey, all the better for Janemba, right? But those are just some of my ideas about secondary assists in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Once again, I think it'd be great for the health of the game, great for character variety across all sorts of teams, and just help people create the team they want to create in the end, right? Now, yeah, there'll be issues with some people will be redundant assists. One character will have assists definitely better than the other. Sure, that'll happen. Maybe in the end, if you're going to have multiple beam assists, everyone still picks Super Saiyan Goku in the end, but I think it would chip away at it just a little bit as far as character variety goes. And I just think it'd be just great overall for the game. But hey, let me know what you think about second assists and what you would like to see. Once again, Season 3 Hype Train, we get closer every single day, right? It's coming. We're almost there. So hey, let's have it. Let's talk about it. And I guess that's the end of this video for now, my friends. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go and play some Dragon Ball.